Good afternoon, children. Our today's topic is clause. So, what is a clause? It is a group of words, it has a subject and a verb combination, and it has a complete meaning by itself. You can consider a simple sentence as a clause. For example, he plays cricket regularly. So, is this a clause? For this, we will be checking whether it is satisfying on the three conditions that we have already discussed about. Yes, it is a group of words. It has a subject and a verb combination, and the whole sentence, that is, he plays cricket regularly, makes complete meaning. Hence, we can say that it is a clause. We do have a subject and a verb over here. He is a subject and plays is a verb. Now, clauses are mainly divided into two parts based on their usage, and it can be independent clause and dependent clause. An independent clause is actually a complete sentence by itself. It does not need any other clause for its existence. For example, you may sit, and here you is going to be the subject and sit is going to be the verb. The whole sentence is giving us the complete thought by itself. So it is an independent clause. Then what is a dependent clause? Dependent clause, it has a subject and a verb, but it does not have a complete thought by itself and is dependent on an independent clause or the main clause for the complete thought. For example, wherever you like. So you is going to be a subject and like is going to be a verb and is giving some meaning, but which is not at all complete. Now let us add an independent clause or the main clause to it. For example, you may sit wherever you like. You may sit is an independent clause and wherever you like is a dependent clause. So this is all about independent and dependent clauses. Now dependent clause is mainly divided into three parts. You can see over here as given in the page: noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. Let's discuss about each of them. What is a noun clause? So noun clause is a group of words having a subject and a verb of its own, and it acts as a noun in a sentence. For example, I fear that I will fail. So I is a subject over here and fail is going to be a verb. Here I will fail is a noun clause as it is a group of words having a subject and a verb, and the whole clause is acting as an object on the word fear. So basically these clauses, they do the work of a noun. Now let's talk about adjective clause over here. Adjective clause is again a group of words having subject and a verb of its own and acts as an adjective in the sentence. Now, what does an adjective do? Every one of us knows that it describes a noun, and so does an adjective clause. For example, the umbrella which has a broken handle is mine. So which has a broken handle? This is going to be an adjective clause over here. Broken will be a verb and handle will be a subject, and is describing the noun. And here umbrella is a noun, so it is describing the noun. So now we can say that it is an adjective clause. So let's talk about the last, that is the adverb clause over here. Adverb clause is a group of words having subject and a verb of its own and acts as an adverb in the sentence. Now what does an adverb do? Adverb, it modifies verb, adjectives and or adverbs in a sentence, and so does an adverb clause. So for example, they rested when the evening came. So here, when the evening came is going to be an adverb clause, and here evening is the subject and came will be your verb. Here we are going to be talking about the three sentences, that is a simple sentence, a compound sentence and a complex sentence. So let's talk about a simple sentence first. A simple sentence consists of an independent clause or the noun clause, and it shows complete meaning. There is no dependent clause in it. For example, I can speak English. So here, I is going to be a subject and speak is going to be a verb. The sentence consists of only one independent clause with a complete meaning. So here the sentence that I can speak English is giving us the complete meaning over here. So that is your simple sentence. Let's talk about a compound sentence. Compound sentence consists of at least two or more than two clauses and it is joined by a coordinating conjunction and it does not have any dependent clause. And your coordinating conjunctions can be like for, and, but, yet, or, so. For example, I want to go to work, but I am tired. I is again a subject, want is a verb, I is again a subject, and tired is a verb. But here, but, which is acting as a conjunction, so these type of sentences are going to be called as a compound sentence. Now we are going to be talking about the complex sentences over here. Complex sentences consist of at least one dependent and one independent clause, and which are joined by the subordinating conjunctions like although, since, when, unless, etc., or joined by relative pronouns. So let's have one example coming up over here. That is, although he was wealthy, still he was not happy. So here, although he was wealthy is a dependent clause, because if you just divide the sentence into two halves and discuss about it, that he was not happy, this is giving me some sort of a meaning. But if I just talk about although he was wealthy, so this is not giving me a complete meaning. So although he was wealthy is going to be a dependent clause and he was not happy is going to be your independent clause. And the relative pronouns, that is that, who, which, these type of words are going to be used in the complex sentences.